But first, I must pay tribute tonight to someone who's been under more pressure than just about anyone in this country, Senator Jacinta Price, the opposition spokesman on Indigenous Australians. There's something you need to know about her. What's been going on in the background came up today. While she's crisscrossing the country, crusading against the voice she thinks is a disaster, something that's going to divide us by race and help no one. Now, I've told you before about some of the abuse that Price has had to deal with in this campaign. I mean, racist stuff, vicious stuff, even from some of our top Yes campaign leaders, such as Noel Pearson, who said Price was caught in a redneck celebrity vortex exploited by racists, or voice architect Marsha Langton, who said Price's arguments were racist. Isn't that a go-to insult? Now, Price has stayed strong through this, although she did crack a little last week, talking about people she knew, victims of terrible violence in some Aboriginal communities, people ignored by the mainstream media and by many old-school Aboriginal leaders.
I was a vessel for the women sitting in that room, the cousin of a young girl murdered hanging from the tree.
Well, here's something you need to know now about the pressures that Price has been under lately, a reality that so many Yes campaigners seem blind to. 3 Aboriginal men this week pleaded guilty to manslaughter to the killing of Jacinta Price's nephew in Alice Springs, stabbing him to death. The court was told these 3 killers were part of a group armed with axes, knives, machetes, nulla-nullas and iron bars. They went to get Jacinta's nephew in what seems to be one of those feuds between groups of families that you see too often in Aboriginal communities. And it's this kind of violence that Price has been, well, she's called it a culture really of accepting violence. There's something she's campaigned against for years, saying stop blaming whites, Aboriginal men must take responsibility for their actions. But she keeps getting attacked for this by the old guard, for saying the culture must change. But as you see, Jacinta Price has learned about that culture in a very hard way. And I mention this not just to say to her critics on the left, please just listen to Jacinta Price. I mean, she is talking about a real problem she knows in her bones. And to the rest of you, though, I just say, how incredibly strong is this woman to just keep going? And it makes you realise, doesn't it, you're on the right side.